2022 Suzuki GSX S1000GT first look. A sport touring version of the new GSX S1000. When Suzuki introduced its new GSX S1000 earlier this year, we figured it was a matter of time before we saw a faired version to replace the GSX S1000 F. Well, Suzuki didn't disappoint us, announcing a new 2022 GSX S1000GT Sport Tourer. The GT will be a welcome option for those looking for a sport touring motorcycle that looks like a sport bike instead of the recent trend of pseudo-adventure bike styling. The GSX S1000GT's closest competitor would probably be the Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX. US pricing remains to be determined, but in the UK, Suzuki priced the GSX S1000GT at £11,599, which is close to the Ninja's £11,299 price, £11,499 for the premium paint options. That means we should expect something close to the Ninja 1000 SX's $12,599 price tag, or a bit more, if you opt for the GSX S1000GT Plus version that comes with color-matched luggage. Suzuki used an iterative approach to improve aerodynamics through wind tunnel testing in developing the GT's fairing, windscreen and mirrors. The layered fairing diverts airflow around the rider, while a larger lower fork bracket cover, pictured below, was added to deflect wind that would have otherwise whirled up in front of the TFT display. The windscreen was designed to maximize wind protection while remaining relatively compact. The mirrors were also designed to cut through the air while also reducing the force of air striking the rider's knuckles. The GT uses a thin monobrow LED that sits above the low beam and high beam headlights. The taillight and the front and rear turn signals are all LEDs. The GSX S1000GT received many of the same features of the redesigned GSX S1000, including its 999cc inline-4 derived from a previous generation GSX-R. Suzuki hasn't released performance figures for the US, but in Europe, Suzuki claims an output of 150 horsepower at 10,000 RPM and 78 pounds-foot at 9,250 RPM, the same as the GSX S1000. This presents a claimed 2 horsepower improvement, but a 2 pounds-foot decrease compared to the GSX S1000F. The GT is equipped with the Suzuki Clutch Assist System, SCAS, an assist and slipper clutch designed to prevent rear wheel hopping during deceleration and reduce clutch lever effort. The GSX S1000GT also comes standard with a quick shift for clutch-free shifting up or down through the transmission's 6 gears. Suzuki outfitted the GSX S1000GT with a selection of electronics including selectable drive modes, a 5-mode, plus-off, traction control system, and cruise control. The GT also comes with a low RPM assist system to prevent stalling at low engine speeds, and an easy start system for starting the engine without needing to pull in the clutch lever when in neutral. To help manage the electronic settings, the GSX S1000GT is equipped with a 6.5-inch TFT LCD screen, a first for Suzuki, with a scratch-resistant surface and an anti-reflective coating to improve visibility. The GSX S1000GT also offers smartphone connectivity through Suzuki's MySpin app. The twin-spar aluminum frame is similar to that of the GSX S1000, but the GT has a longer subframe to better support luggage and a passenger. The GT has the same 31.9-inch seat height for the rider as the naked bike, while the pillion seat is both longer and thicker. The seats are designed to maximize comfort, while also allowing freedom of movement for the rider. The fuel capacity is the same 5.0 gallons as the GSX S1000, so we don't expect a significant difference in range despite the GT moniker. Suzuki claims a curb weight of 498 pounds, without luggage, for the GT, a 26-pound increase over the naked GSX S1000 and 24 pounds heavier than the GSX S1000F's claimed curb weight. Ergonomically, the GT has a more upright riding position compared to the GSX S1000F, with the handlebar grips moved 0.6 inches closer to the rider and 0.9 inches further apart. The handlebar is rubber-mounted, and the foot pegs are also covered in rubber to reduce vibrations and improve comfort. 2022 Suzuki GSX S1000GT first look. A sharp-edged sport tourer to replace the GSX-S1000 F. Way back in June we brought the first technical details of a new sport touring Suzuki that would join the lineup for 2022 as a sister to the updated GSX-S1000. Now that bike has been launched in Europe and the US as the GSX-S1000GT. To replace the old GSX-S1000F, Suzuki has become a master of the art of repackaging existing components into convincing new models, saving R&D costs, while maintaining a modern range of bikes. The 2021 GSX-S1000 was a great example, carrying over most of its mechanicals from its predecessor, while adding a much improved style and a veneer of high-tech gadgetry to meet the expectations of riders in the third decade of the 21st century. The recipe remains the same for the new 2022 GSX-S1000GT and GSX-S1000GT Plus models. In June, we called the bike the GSX-S1000T, that's the GT's internal designation, and the title on the type approval documents that betrayed its existence, but other than that our information at the time was right on the money. The engine in the 2022 GSX-S1000GT is the 150 horsepower, 152 PS, 112 kilowatts, four-cylinder that was used in its predecessor and in the latest GSX-S1000 naked bike, hitting that power peak at 11,000 RPM and matching it with 79.66 pound-feet, 106 Nm of torque at 9,250 RPM. It might not be the latest or most powerful 999cc 4 on the market, but the motor's roots lie in the legendary 2005 GSX-R1000 K5 engine. It sits in the same alloy beam frame that's used on the GSX-S1000 and the old GSX-S1000F, for that matter, with inverted 43mm kib forks and Brembo radial calipers at the front. The big change comes at the back, where there's a new bolt-on seat subframe under completely new tail bodywork, adding more luggage and passenger carrying potential than the naked GSX-S can offer. While the styling isn't going to be to everyone's taste, it's clearly a more modern look than the old GSX-S1000F offered, with sharp creases and angles replacing the curves and bulges of its predecessor. Neither bike could be called beautiful, but the new GT is definitely closer to current trends. Although the fuel tank area is carried over directly from the naked GSX-S1000, the GT gets an all-enveloping front fairing as well as a longer, more comfortable seat. Up front, modern LED headlights are mounted unusually far forward, right on the leading edge of the nose, surrounded by black plastic. From some angles the effect is similar to that of the current Yamaha R1, where you barely notice the lights at all, and the front has a race-style appearance, but from others the Suzuki's headlamps, sitting under angry-looking, slanted eyebrows of LED strip marker lights, look a little unusual. Electronics are inevitably another focus of the Suzuki's updates, and the GT gains a new 6.5-inch color TFT dash, the first Suzuki to do so, to replace the old LCD unit, and it includes smartphone connectivity via the Suzuki MySpin app. That means you get info about calls, navigation, contacts, music, and even an appointment calendar on the display if required, all synced to your phone. Elsewhere, the multiple writing modes, altering power delivery and output as well as rider aid settings to suit riding conditions and preferences, are the sort of tech we're used to seeing these days, and there's a bidirectional quick shifter as standard. The GT also gets cruise control and low RPM assist, which helps prevent embarrassing stalls when pulling away. At 226 kilograms, 498 pounds, the GT is 11 kilograms, 24 pounds, heavier than the model it replaces, hinting at its more serious touring intentions, and the new subframe allows the fitting of quick-release panniers that are optional on the GT model but come standard on the GT Plus, at least in the States. It's still lighter than its closest competitor, Kawasaki's Ninja 1000 SX, which comes in at 514 pounds, as well as being more powerful than the Kawasaki. In Europe, the 2022 GSX-S1000GT will carry a price tag of £11,599 sterling. which is nearly identical to the Kawasaki's, and the bike is set to reach European dealers in November as a 2022 model year machine. No pricing has been released for the US models just yet, but when the GT reaches US Suzuki dealers in early 2022, it's also likely to cost somewhere very near the Ninja's $12,599 MSRP.